I feel like if there's something that we can all agree on, it's that the Nintendo 3DS was definitely one of Nintendo's best-selling consoles, one of the greatest consoles ever released by Nintendo, and it had a great plethora of games. Yes, I'm trying to sound smart, so just leave it like that. Plethora of games. They had a bunch of games that were definitely high quality, top tier games. I feel like we don't see that type of production in games anymore. I don't know what it is, but yeah, of course, the Nintendo Switch definitely has had many great games like Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but I feel like they don't hit the same as the 3DS era of gaming. And of course, I can't forget the Wii, but of course this specific video is mostly focused on the 3DS. So of course, I'm going to be listing a couple of games, top 10 games that I think everybody should have played, should be playing, and if not, if you don't even have a 3DS and you plan on getting a 3DS, perhaps, maybe even might play. So of course, I'm going to be listing some games that I recommend that you guys should play, but of course, don't take it personal because these are just, I'm not going to list them, for example, from highest to lowest or lowest to high. I'm just going to be listing them like whatever. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, number 1. I honestly think Mario Kart 7 is definitely a must-play, a must-have for every 3DS owner. Because come on, I mean, it's Mario Kart. Who doesn't like Mario Kart? It's literally a racing game. It's a classic Mario game. To be honest, I think it's just a classic Nintendo game overall, to be honest. It's just you playing as your favorite Mario characters, going across the tracks, racing against your friends, and yeah, I mean, obviously the Nintendo Online services have been taken off, but I feel like if you just want to do some single solo plays, the Grand Prix, some time trials, go ahead. I mean, this game is definitely fun. I mean, when I got it, I remember I went crazy with it when I got my first 3DS. That was the first ever game I got with my 3DS, and I think this is probably the most highly sold game for the 3DS, to be honest, because it's just Mario Kart, to be honest. The name itself just sells it for everyone. So, and of course, with the new one coming out for the Switch, I guarantee you everyone literally got hyped when they saw literally the reveal for the Switch 2 and the Mario Kart part of it, because it was just, it's Mario Kart. So I have nothing else to explain, nothing else to say, but of course, Mario Kart is definitely up there for a top 10 Nintendo 3DS game. Up next, we have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Now, if you're somebody that likes to take it back, relax, to play something chill, I think this game is perfect for you, to be honest, because this game is a perfect mixture of a haunted house with Luigi. I mean, who doesn't love Luigi? Luigi is definitely one of the best Mario characters out there. If not, he's just as loved as Mario. So, you have Luigi, you have Ghost, you have Professor, what's his name, Pickle? My bad, I forgot my man's name, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there are, of course, many different levels inside this haunted mansion, so of course, it's a big place, you explore, there's things that you can collect. I mean, who doesn't like a type of like a really chill, exploring type of game? So, it's definitely up there for a top 10 3DS game. Up next, we have New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, this is also just like a Mario Kart 7 game. This is a classic. Who doesn't love New Super Mario Bros. Or even a 2D side-scroller Mario game? Of course, this is probably one of the most hypest releases when it came out for the Nintendo DS. When the Super Mario Bros. DS came out, I think everybody was flipping out and was like, yo, dude, that's crazy. And here we have New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS. Of course, when I got it, I was like going crazy. I enjoyed it. I probably beat it literally the first day, if not maybe the second day I got it, which was literally the day right after. It's a classic Mario game. Who doesn't love it? I mean, if we look at reviews, I think 2D Mario is probably one of the best selling console games for Nintendo. So, look at New Super Mario Bros. Wonder, or Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I don't know the name of the game. I can't remember at the top of my head right now. But yeah, it did great. Everybody loved it. So, of course, for the Nintendo 3DS, it's definitely recommended. That's my taste as well. So, let's go on to the next game. Okay, up next, we have Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, to be honest, and I'm going to be completely honest, I've actually never played a Pokemon game, and you're like, whoa, why are you adding this to the list if you never played this game? Now, right before I actually recorded this video, I went on Google and I said, what are games that people recommend, because of course some of these are based on what I think would be recommended, and then of course some of them would be recommended based off other people. And I've seen reviews, and apparently this game or these games are pretty goated apparently. Just imagine this, walking down, and I really want to get into Pokemon by the way, so excuse me for that. So just imagine this, you're walking down as a trainer, you bring your homie Pikachu, you battle against other people. Come on, it's a Pokemon game. Everybody I think loves Pokemon. It's definitely one of Nintendo's best selling games. But of course, I think these two specifically, I would recommend for the 3DS. So if you haven't gotten a Pokemon game for the 3DS, I honestly recommend getting this specific versions. So let's go on to the next game. I feel so weird saying that I haven't played a Pokemon game. Hey, I'm gonna get into it soon. Don't worry, my boys. Hey, don't worry. Let's go on. Now, if you're a huge sucker for 3D games and Zelda, mostly Link, because if we're being realistic, I don't know why they name it Zelda when, you know, you literally play as Link. But putting that aside, if you're a huge sucker for 3D games and Zelda games, I highly recommend Ocarina of Time. This game is definitely one of my favorite games for the 3DS. It's just, I feel like this is kind of like a mini Breath of the Wild in a way, kind of. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just how I look at it. It's so cool. It's like an open world kind of experience in a way. So, I mean, who doesn't like Zelda? Who doesn't like Link? Who doesn't like an open world type of experience, especially on the 3DS? So that's my take on it. I highly recommend this game. So let's go to the next game. Now, of course, with the mechanic and feature of the 3D in the Nintendo 3DS, I honestly think this game is definitely worth it, even though I've already emphasized this on a previous video I did on a 3DS review, and do I think it's worth it in 2025? I definitely said yes. So I actually don't like the 3D feature on the 3DS, but of course, when it comes to this game, or any game to be honest, I don't think you really need to put the 3D feature on, but that's just me. But of course, we have Super Mario 3D Land. Of course, it's completely different compared to Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. Just getting that straight. 3D Land, dude, I think this honestly, to be honest, might be my favorite 3DS game. For me, I really like the concept of it. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I probably beat it that same day. That's how much I enjoyed that game. I probably beat it twice, to be honest. So, not same day, but I just beat it twice in general. But this game was definitely really cool, especially when they announced it. I was like, dude, I need to get that game. I went crazy with it. It's pretty much like a new Super Mario Bros. 2, just in 3D, obviously. They give you the Tanuki Mario suit. They give you a bunch of new power-ups that we've never seen before, like actually on a 3D platform, like as Mario. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I definitely recommend this game. It's a pretty short game, of course. I feel like all Mario games are pretty short, but of course, with the exception of Mario Odyssey. But of course, I highly recommend this game. So without further ado, let's go to the next game. Okay, now, it's probably because I'm a huge Sonic fan, and this may be biased towards Sonic, but Sonic Generations on the 3DS, to be honest. I really enjoyed Sonic Generations for the regular PS3 and Xbox 360 version, and of course now with the modern hardware of Sonic X Shadow Generations, I highly, that's one of my favorite games released ever when it comes to Sonic. But of course, when it comes to the 3DS, it's got completely different. They took a completely different turn. Of course, it's not modern hardware, so of course they had to take it back a little bit. But of course, Sonic Generations on the 3DS is still pretty hype. It's still pretty cool. I highly recommend it. So of course, if you haven't played any Sonic game and you want to get it for the 3DS, highly recommend you get this game, because of course, when we look at the other games like the Sonic Boom games, yeah, buddy, those games we put aside. Sonic Generations, yeah, highly recommend it. So that's just me though. So let's go. Up next, we have Kirby's Triple Deluxe. Now, of course, I've never played this game, but this game I think is highly recommended based on what I've seen on comments and on different, for example, places like Reddit. But of course, if we're being realistic, when I saw this game and some gameplay of it, I'm like, yo, that looks pretty cool. It kind of gives me like a Mario type of aesthetic and feeling and vibe to a Kirby game. Like, I feel like it's Mario inside a Kirby game. But of course, that's just me. I could be wrong. But when I saw it, I was like, oh wait, that's pretty cool. Okay. I've actually barely played any Kirby games, but of course I'm a huge Kirby lover. That makes no sense, but I just love Kirby. He looks so fluffy. Okay, let's put that aside. But yo, I think Kirby games in general are pretty hype. They're pretty good, especially after the Switch release of the new Kirby game. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I think honestly people should get this game. It's pretty much like a 2D Kirby game, side scroller in a way, kind of like a new Super Mario Bros. 2. So that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but of course, this is an opinion video, so of course you guys can list all of your games down in the comments below. These games that I'm listing right here, of course, these are just personal opinions mixed with some other opinions that I think people should get for the 3DS. So let's go on to the next game. Here we have Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and the Wii U. Of course, we're not talking about the Wii U, but of course these games released at the exact same time, or at least a similar time frame. So we're gonna put the Wii U one aside. But of course, we're talking specifically about the 3DS version, which is another classic Nintendo game. Now, of course, if you're somebody that never has ever played a Super Smash Bros. Game, and honestly, I think this is a highly recommended game for the 3DS because it's so cool. The features that it has as well is just crazy. But dude, yeah. Well, I remember I actually recently got it, like about a couple years ago, and for the first time I played it for the 3DS, and I was like, wow, this is actually really good. This is pretty goated. Just imagine playing as every single one of your favorite characters. Of course, not every single one of your favorite characters is gonna be there. Shadow the Hedgehog. But of course, it's a very, very fun game. It's like a party game that you can play with your friends, your family, but of course now, I don't know why Nintendo did this, but of course they took away the online services, so that sucks. But of course, let's say you just want to play a couple rounds, a couple games with you and the CPU. Hey, I mean, go for it, man. There's like a bunch of other like challenges that you can do as well. So I highly recommend this game. It's definitely a classic. It's definitely nostalgic. So definitely top of the list. Let's go to the next and final game. Last but not least, we have Zelda Triforce Heroes. Now, to be honest, I'm gonna be completely honest again, I've always wanted this game just by the cover art. When I saw the cover art of the game, I was like, dude, that looks sick. So I'm just going based off like what I've heard on reviews. This game apparently is really, really great. It's really goated for the 3DS, of course. So, and I don't know if there's co-op in this, but this game is giving me some sort of like vibe where you would have to like do like a bunch of cooperation between, I'm guessing like the links, because there's 3 links right there. It just looks so cool, like they're having different colored links like green, blue, and red. So I highly recommend this game based on what I'm seeing in reviews. So I can't be one to talk because I haven't played the game yet. So yeah, these are all the games that I actually highly recommend for you or anybody who hasn't gotten a 3DS or even has had a 3DS but hasn't played these games. So yeah, these are top 10 games in 2025 that I think everybody should have played or possibly will play in the future of 2025 or in the future of many other years. So of course, you guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know, of course, list every single game that you guys think in the comments down below, because these are just my opinions. Once again, you guys are free to list any game you want and are free to disagree with the choices that I picked. So of course, if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button, like the video, and if you guys want to, you can join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And for now, stay safe, peace.